All right, it's nice to know you're still with us after that bit of the program with Grace the same, talking about Father's Day. Remember, yesterday was celebrated worldwide as Father's Day. And at this point, I'm sure it won't be too late for me to wish you Happy Father's Day. How do you take care of your father? How do you, as a father, take care of yourself and your family? That is left for you to consider. Now, to this bit of the program, which is highlights on Heartbeat this morning. We're here to bring you information, issues that I'm sure matters to you. So just stay with us and have the fun as well as learn from us. And when it comes to this segment, we're talking about this morning social media marketing. And I like to tell you that social media marketing has become a significant factor in shaping consumer behavior and ultimately influencing economic growth. The constantly evolving of marketing landscape requires marketers, a successful one at that, to be on its feet and as well as keep abreast with all the strategies and trending issues when it comes to marketing in social media. At this point, I'd like to welcome you to this bit of the program once again, where we talk about emerging strategies in social media marketing. And with me to talk about this is my resource person, Mr. Press Okoye. Mr. Press, you're welcome to this show.
Thank you very much.
It's been a long time.
Yes.
And good to have you here once again.
Thank you for having me.
All right, I'd like to tell you that Mr. Press Okoye is a seasoned branding and marketing expert. He specializes in social media ads. He also specializes and takes care of a lot of computer technology basis. And away from that, he is a founder of Cliff Brand in Uyo, a firm that specializes in various types of computer technology. The list goes on, but I would like to rest it. And so far, he has reflected commitment to professional development and excellence in multiple disciplines. All right, so much about you when it comes to your profile. It's nice. Welcome to the show once again.
Thank you very much.
We want to talk about emerging strategies in social media marketing. Yes.
Okay.
Before we get into the nitty gritty of that, I like us to establish the basics, which is what I like to do because when you bring this to bear, it allows the viewer or the listener to actually get into the heart of what you're talking. So let's know what marketing when it comes to social media is all about, the concept of social media marketing.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay. I'm very happy to be here. Right. Thank you for having me. Okay. So when we talk about social media marketing, right? We simply talk about using various platforms, social media platforms, right, to promote your goods, to promote your services, to also engage and interact with audience, to build communities, and also to sell, right, to drive traffic, right. So when we talk about that, it centers around utilizing these platforms, right, to improve probably the sales for your business, probably to improve your brand visibility, like you see many companies do today. Okay, and when we talk about that, it's a fusion of different words. We have social media, we have marketing, we have strategy. So I'll quickly take them, right? Marketing is probably anything you do to promote your business, to promote your services, right? So you see people do marketing around anything you do to promote your business. And when we talk about strategy, it's more like a detailed plan. It can be long term, most especially it can be short term. And that detailed plan is to help the business reach a particular goal. Because for every business, they have a particular goal they are looking at, getting to, or probably looking at aiming. All right. So that particular strategy, it's more like it details it, it aligns everything that needs to be done to get to that particular strategy. Then when we talk about this social media, more concept about it is this social media strategy. Okay, it involves content creation. So a lot of people create and share content. You see content about brand, you see content about their product, you see content about their story, and the more you see that, the more you get to know these guys. So they create content that resonates with their target audience, very importantly. All right. So that is that about the concept, more like the foundational basis. So anything or when you engage social media platforms like Twitter, like Facebook, like LinkedIn, to promote your services, to promote your offer, to promote your business, to foster engagement and build brand loyalty and brand trust. That's what social media marketing strategy is all about. That's the concept of it. That's the foundation of it.
Okay, you made mention of digital marketing as well. Is there any difference between social media marketing and digital marketing?
Oh, there's a big difference.
Okay,
There's
let's
a big
understand.
difference. Okay, so when we talk about social media marketing, we talk about it focuses on content creation and sharing online, all right? Then there are basic platforms that it engages, like Facebook is a social media platform, LinkedIn is a social media platform, Instagram, the list goes on and on. WhatsApp and Telegram, they are not necessarily social media platforms. They are instant messaging platforms. Anyways.
Oh, instant
Yeah,
messaging.
instant messaging platform. They are not social media platforms.
Okay, let's understand.
Okay, so when we talk about social media platform, you get to meet different people that you don't know. You don't have them on your contact list.
Okay.
You can't interact with them, all right? You can interact with them without having them on your contact list. It's people that you share the same ideology with, the same value with, probably you have the same interest with on social media, okay? But when we talk about instant messaging platform, there are those encrypted messaging platforms that you can only chat with someone you know already. All right, you can only have chat with someone you know already, which is not social media.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is instant messaging platform. Now back to that difference between digital marketing and social media marketing.
Yes.
Okay, so social media marketing, like I said, it engages social media platform only, all right? Facebook, Twitter, and the rest of them for content sharing, building brand visibility, building brand loyalty and engaging with your target audience. When we talk about digital marketing, it's more comprehensive than just social media marketing. Social media marketing is a subset. It's just a part of digital marketing. So when we talk about digital marketing, because most time people don't really get it. Most time when I teach my students, I try to explain to that. So when we talk about digital marketing, we have SEOs, search engine optimization, we have email marketing, right? We have content marketing, okay, and we have mobile apps, we have all these advertisements here on mobile phones and all that. They're part of digital marketing. And we have PPC, that's pay per click, okay. And what digital marketing helps you to do, it helps you to get a more precise or more comprehensive online presence, unlike social media. So on people's email, you are there. Search engine, you are there, right? Email list, you are there. Pay per click, you are there. And mobiles, you are there. So digital marketing encompasses all digital marketing platforms,
including social media marketing. I see. So yes. This is just a subset.
Yeah, social media is just a subset of digital marketing.
I see. Yes. Let's look at the key element of an effective social media marketing.
Okay, key elements of an effective social media marketing strategy. Okay, the key element are those things that must be there. Those things are important. Okay, so number one of those things, the best and basic thing is objective.
Objective.
You must define your objective, very importantly. All right. So an effective social media marketing strategy, first of all, is you define your objective. What do you want to achieve? Because if you don't know what you want to achieve, everything will look like it to you. It's more like if you don't know where you are going, everywhere will look like where you are going. Okay. All right. So you define your objective. What do I intend to achieve with this particular strategy, with this particular campaign, with whatever you're doing? All right. So under that particular objective, the next thing you look at there is metrics. Very important. So metrics is, how do I know that I'm achieving this? So for instance, now objective can be to grow brand visibility, to generate leads. All right, now the metrics can be, you can be checking for probably weekly, probably daily, how many leads have I generated. There are a lot of analytical platforms that can help you do that. Facebook Insights is there. So you check, you monitor, okay, how many followers have I gained in the past 1 week. All right, then the number two thing there is, there are a lot of things, but I'm going to just highlight the major ones. All right, so number two thing there is very important, identify your target audience.
Okay.
So when you have a clear objective, You need to identify your target audience. Who am I making this for? Who am I targeting? Because your content or whatever you're doing is not meant for everybody.
Okay.
There are specific people. And for you to be able to get to those people, you must define them. You must know the people you're looking for. Right? So when we talk about audience identification, we talk about demographics. Okay? Then we talk about psychographics. Then we talk about behavior.
Can you bring that a bit to what somebody a layman can actually understand?
Okay.
Like when it comes to computer, the demographic. The other one, what did you mention?
Okay, I say psychographics.
Yes. Okay. Any other name that you can be blessed?
Okay, now I'll break it down.
Okay.
I use professional terms. That's what I do. What I teach my students.
I know.
In class.
And the purpose of this program is to reach your audience.
Yes, to reach. Yes.
So you actually make them understand.
Okay. So when I talk about demographics, I talk about the age range.
Okay.
I talk about the location.
Okay.
I talk about the economic status. I talk about the education. You have to find out that about your audience. Then when I talk about the psychographics, we talk about the interest, the value, the lifestyle.
Okay.
It needs to be detailed. Then we talk about behavior. It means what pattern of behavior has these people exhibited online with the same thing that has to do with what you're doing, because you're not the first person to do that. So you target or you look at them, try to identify their behavior pattern. How have they responded to this kind of thing you want to do in the past? Right? How have they responded to it? Then the number 3 thing you look at is content strategy. Very important. Content strategy. And under that content strategy, first thing you do under content strategy is have a content calendar. Because you cannot thrive online without consistency. Have a calendar, right? The calendar will help you maintain consistency. The calendar will help you, probably sort out what am I going to post on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday, or probably weekly calendar or monthly calendar. It's part of the things I teach students when I teach them under that content thing. Alright, so aside from that, then create valuable content that are within these pillars. It should be at least promotional, it should be entertaining, it should be educative.
Okay.
Very, very important. It should be educative. Alright, and another thing you do under that, you need to also have analytics and optimization. Very important. Because once you set
when
out...
you say analytic,
okay.
Yeah.
So
what are we looking at?
Okay, when we talk about analytics, we talk about results, right? You check the results, analyze the results. Because when you set out on probably a campaign or something like that, with time, let's say 1 week, 2 weeks, you analyze and check out, okay, what's working? Are they responding to what I put out?
Okay.
Right? Are they responding to what I put out? In leadership class, we call it tracking the leads.
How is that done?
Okay, so how the thing is done is on Facebook, we have something we call Facebook Insights. Facebook Insights breaks down the details of the reactions, the comments, the followers, everything. Even it breaks down the detail to whether it's women that reacted to you more or male that reacted to more. It goes down to the location, the city, the people that respond more to what you're putting out. So when you look at all these things, it helps you to make a data-driven decision to optimize whatever you're putting out for the better. So it's very, very important. The list goes on and on and on, but I feel like these are the basic thing or basic key elements when it comes to social media marketing strategy.
Okay, let's look at this quickly. How do you integrate social media with other marketing channels? Something like email. We still have that and other traditional methods.
Okay. It's quite simple, right? So we have email platforms. Okay. So how you can integrate social media to email? It's quite simple. So you can first of all, let's say you're trying to build your email list first of all. Okay. Social media gives you the platform, the leverage to build your email list. There's something we call lead generation in Facebook advertisement. So lead generation, what it does for you is you put out the form to people, right? Then when the people come and probably you're organizing probably a webinar or probably something like that. So when the people come and see that form and they are interested, okay, they fill it out. And when they are filling it out, let's say 100% fill out your form. That 100%, there is an option for them to fill out their email. So you are building an email list, okay? So from there, you are getting probably because for everyone that comes to your ads, to whatever you are putting out to react or probably to fill out that form, the person is likely to be your audience.
Okay.
person is likely to be probably a prospective buyer or something like that. All right, so integrating it using that particular platform, right, to get email lists and do it. Once you do that, you can probably engage professional email platform to send out more to them. So you can traffic people, you can build your email list from social media. It's very, very important. You can build it from social media. Yes.
I see. When it comes to social media marketing, I know about these three core areas that should be considered very important. I don't know if you had mentioned that maybe in another word
Okay.
when it comes to marketing. And then I'm talking about connection, interaction, and customer data. How are they and how do they impact social media strategy
Okay.
in
Okay.
marketing?
Connection. It's a very important term there, right? So how the impact, right, is now number one thing is for everything you are putting out. The essence of the
As a
social
marketer.
as a marketer, the essence of the doing the whole thing is to connect
Okay.
with your audience. So connection is important. So now, how do you?
Is there a way that you can actually be a marketer? You're putting out a product, but you're not connecting.
Yes,
with
it's
the
important.
people? Okay.
There's a possibility there. When you are selling me something, or when you're trying to market something that is not addressing my needs, you're not connecting to me. How I can connect to someone's is first of all understand what is the person's need. That's a mistake some marketers make.
Does that also fall under the analytic?
Not really.
Okay.
Alright.
Analyzing.
Okay. Not really. It falls under target audience identification.
Identification. Okay.
People buy needs and not wants. People can skip wants and buy their needs. So someone is having a problem right now, and you have a product that can solve that person's problem. So how you connecting to this person right now is creating relevant content that resonates with the person, or with the person's pain points, with the person's challenges, kind of content that solve that person's problem. Because when you go online, there are different pillars of content. We have promotional, we have educative, we have informational, we have inspiring.
Okay, where does the customer data comes in?
Okay, the customer data, it comes in the sense that number one thing you need to do under the customer data is how would I explain it? First of all, you have to maintain ethics with the customer data. Is very important. Okay. Then another thing with that customer data is you check, because when you put out anything you put out there, and people respond to you. Okay, that customer data you are taking, it helps you to improve whatever you're doing. So let's say I put out a campaign on a particular topic, and I have probably 50 persons that reacted to that, and I take that data, I look through that data, there is something similar about all these guys. Now if I'm to adjust my strategy, right, if I'm to improve on my strategy, I'll pick things that are similar to these guys and narrow my campaign or whatever I'm trying to do more to that similarities. So probably I'll go and check my behavior or my interest or targeting by location, right? So the customer data is very important. It helps you to amplify, update, and also make more data-driven decisions.
Okay. I know that social media marketing has actually transformed a lot of businesses when and consumer behavior to a large extent. But then I see that some marketers still do not attract value when it comes to their efforts. So why is that? What are they not doing correct?
Okay, so if you are doing something and you're not getting results, that means there's something wrong. So there's things there. Okay, so number one thing is probably they don't have a very well optimized platform. Because when you want to sell me a thing, people look at it's more like someone walks into a kiosk by the roadside and walks into probably a two-stop supermarket. So the person is likely to buy from that two-stop supermarket, even though the quality of what this guy is selling and this guy is selling is the same thing. All right. So when you talk about what makes them, number one thing is probably their bio is not well optimized.
Okay.
Right, their bio, their Facebook page is not well optimized. It's not really given that particular kind of outlook that makes them look professional. It's not giving a professional outlook. The number two thing is they are not probably they are not targeting the right audience.
I see.
They are targeting the right audience.
Okay, now what role? Because away from a marketer,
Okay.
marketing his or her product alone, I know there is partnership. So what's the role of influencer partnership?
Influencer partnership. Okay. They play a good role in. It's actually part of social media marketing, anyways. It's part of social media marketing. One of the I'll just list a few of them and explain. Number one thing is expansion and reach, right? So influencer marketing or influencers help you to expand your reach, expand your audience reach. How? Now, these influencers have a lot of people that are following them, right? They have a lot of people that are following them. Now, when they take your product and they advertise for you, probably let's say you have 20 followers or 100 followers that knows your product. Now, what it does for you is that they show that your product to probably 1 million or 2 million people that are following them. So, people that don't know your product before are getting to know them. All right. Now, another thing that the role of influencer marketing is another thing they do for you is brand credibility and trust.
Okay.
So I might not necessarily buy your product because of you, because I don't know you, but this guy have built trust, customer loyalty. Now people can, once people wake up in the morning, they are looking to see what this guy is saying. So anything this guy is saying is what I'm taking. So they've trusted those guys. Those guys have built credibility over time, trust over time.
So you
now,
partner with
so
them.
when you partner with them and they pick your product and come and tell guys, this product is wonderful. It's not coming from the owner of the product. It's coming from the person they trust. So they are buying the product now because of that trust.
Okay.
All right, trust. Another thing they do for you is content creation. They are very good at content creation. So you give them something you want. Okay, this is what I'm trying to advertise. They can script, and most of these comedians, skit makers online, you see a lot of companies they advertise for. I don't want to call names anyways.
No.
All right, it's not professional anyway. So you see most of them, the top ones in Nigeria and also outside the country. So you see most time they make skits, plenty skits, and at the end you see that they're advertising a company. So it is not the role of the CEO of the brand to create those scripts and make professional content. No, it is the role of those influencers. They are the one that create that script and make professional, high quality content for you. Because anything they put on their platform, they also concerned with professionalism, and there are more anyways. But I think I don't know, for the sake of time.
Yes, it's okay.
Right.
Yes, the purpose of this program is actually for you to reach out to a lot of audience, especially the youth, where they can now, maybe if not before, engage themselves in doing something and more when it comes to social media marketing, something they can reach out to. And with the information you give out, it could help in a way. So I'd like to know your approach, because I know even when you're a marketer, there are things you put out there and people criticize a lot. So in your approach, how do you handle negative feedbacks or crisis on social media?
Okay, that's a very, very important question. Okay, so of course, once you're on the social media space, there are a lot of criticism. There are a lot of negative lash outs.
Yes.
People can take a problem and over exaggerate it. Okay, so number one thing I listen carefully. Because when people are trying to probably narrate a problem, especially when they allow their emotion get the best of them,
okay,
you see more of the emotion than the actual problem. Okay, so what I do is I listen carefully. What am I listening? I'm not listening for the emotions. I'm listening to find out what the problem is exactly. So when I found out what the problem is exactly, number two thing I do is to act professional and be calm. How? I try to be empathetic. I try to put myself in the person's shoe. Okay? Acting professional, I don't allow that emotional, that energy the person brings influences my action. I'm not reactive, rather I'm proactive. Okay? So I don't respond based on that emotional thing it throws at me. But I try to be empathetic and calm. Another thing is, I try to acknowledge and apologize if it genuinely that I need to. Right? Genuinely that it's something that probably I didn't It's from my own side, even though it's over exaggerated. Okay,
Okay.
but I look at it, I acknowledge that. I acknowledge, yes, I understand what you're feeling and how you're feeling, right? And I apologize for that. Aside from that, I take actions. Okay, what are the necessary things that needs to be done to sort out this issue? So I take action. If it's probably to let you know that we can handle it within a few days, I let you know. Okay, and I take action in profiling. If it's something that, oh, from few chats or from few talk, I can sort it out. I can prefer solutions to you. And not just that, I will tell you, try it. If it doesn't work, please come back to me. Alright? And also, I also try to maintain transparency. Make it open. Whatever I'm trying to tell you to do, I make it open and everything. Okay? So I think there is incident of this thing that has happened. Has happened. And also another thing I missed out there is seek to understand. Seek to understand first of all before
Why
you
the
seek,
why the
yes,
feedback?
yes, seek to understand is important. Okay, because this thing happened I think last year, and one of the affected persons, I think within two companies. Okay, two companies. So the first one, I think one of the person that got involved in that kind of thing with the company, I think they jailed the person. But the other company, I think they are food production companies, right? So the first one, they didn't really handle that criticism very well. And today, the product has really gone down, down, down. Nobody is really after. Nobody is really buying the product, anyways. But the other one, they handled it very well. They told, I think they reached out the person. The person complained on social media, because sometimes it can be very, very funny how these guys probably sometimes they will leave your page and they'll go to MTN page that has a lot of traffic and call you out on MTN page. They'll go to a blogger's page that has a lot of traffic and call you out on that blogger's page where a lot of people will see it. Okay, so the second one, they handled it very well. How did they do it? Okay, they apologize to the person and they tell the person, please, can you return this so we can, take it through probably the process they want to take it through. And aside from that, they gave, I think they gave the customer like 4 extra cartons.
Okay.
Now, you see that the brand reputation of this second guys are protected, but the one of this first one is not. It has gone down. The way, because in business, your brand reputation is important. The way the people see you is very, very important. It's more like personality and perception. Personality is who you are. Perception is what I see you to be. So most times, I don't see you to be who you are because I'm not close. It's what you do that shows me who you are. Or can interpret, yes. Okay? So in leadership classes, you hear it. In leadership, I've been to a couple of leadership training. I'm a certified leadership educator, anyways. Right? So in leadership class, you hear things like this. So it's important. These steps I mentioned, and also another important thing is to document these processes, because in the nearest future, that thing can arise.
Okay. Now let's look at the strategies, because that is the basis for our discussion.
Okay.
That you use to increase your engagement and build loyal online community.
Okay. Strategies. First of all, is you identify your audience.
Okay.
Okay. You identify your audience, right? And then you set clear goals. Anyways, set clear goals. Then the third thing is you create valuable content. Content that are valuable, content that are engaging, right? And content that foster interactions, very importantly. Very importantly, okay? So building an online community can be a lot of things. It can be a lot. It can be taxing. But this first thing, you do
something
that.
like the action plan that you put in place.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so the content thing, under that content, we still create a calendar that helps you be more consistent. That's the thing. Okay, then also involve inspirational, also involve educative posts. Also, you can get content writers, anyways.
When it comes to this content creating,
Okay.
what do you have to emphasize on that?
Okay. Okay, let me just finish up this, then I will talk about that content creating. Okay, so another thing you do in building an online community is you can identify community leaders. That's why today community managers is a role in Web3. Okay, is a role, people that know how to engage the people, identify them, empower them is also an important thing. Then you can do promotion, advertise your community, do promotionals, offer incentives to new people that it can get them. Do promotional, talk about it. You can run a promotional ads on it. I know a Facebook community that when it started, we were running promotional ads. They were running promotional ads, and you can advertise it. Okay, and these there are still plenty other things you can do, but this I feel like are the basics. I know they are the basic and most important thing you do. All right, and also probably incorporate a feedback system. Incorporate a feedback system. Encourage the people on your community to interact by asking questions, encouraging discussion. Go on live. Go on live. I think I've done live a couple of times on my Facebook page. Go on live. I discovered live gave me more traffic. Under 3 days, I got like 4,000 reach organically. Right, a page that has up to 1.2 million followers shared my this, and I was begging people to watch the video. Right, so that's also important. Then content creation. Content creation. Okay, your question is how to create what?
Yes, yeah. I asked about your how for you to emphasize when it emphasis when it comes to content creation, because you see a lot of people, they say they are creating content. This one, read that, you watch that. So what do you have? Because as a professional, you've been watching all this, so I'm
Yeah.
sure you have a word or two to talk about it.
Okay, so in content creation, it's not really about the quantity; it's about the quality. Content creation is not just filling up your social media space or your website with content. Content must do this thing. Content must be relevant. It must be solving a problem. What problem is your content solving? It's important. Your content must be relevant. Is it solving a problem? Then number two, your content must be engaging. So you must
Okay.
look at it. Is it engaging enough? Is it something that will make somebody react, comment, all right? Is it something that can has foster engagement, make people to want to talk more, right? All right. So your content must be relevant in the real now. It should be relevant. It should be engaging. It should be solving issues. It should be valuable. So when you are creating content, I still go because most of those things they are similar, right? So you must still have an objective. You must still identify your target audience. Then when you are creating content, there are several ways you can use storytelling. It works. So you look at what captures the attention of people, because now it's more like even in the news house, first thing that captures people's attention is your intro or your headlines. Headlines go viral, content don't.
Okay.
All right, so when people are creating content, it's important because it's step-by-step thing. No matter how good the inside of a content is, if you don't get people's attention to read that, people won't. So headline is very important, or your introduction is very important. That is why you see a lot of content. Okay, there are plenty of content on Facebook, but there are few that get your attention. And when that few get your attention, you tend to go in and read. Now imagine I wrote a content like $1 million, but that entry point is not giving. I'm not getting your attention. So those ones will be, I won't even read it because I need your attention to read that particular content. Actually, when I teach, it's more like either formula. Either the A is for attention. Attention is number one thing. It's David Ogilvy, right? He said something. He said when you get a good introduction or a good headline, you're spent 8 cents out of $1. That means give more attention to your headlines, very important, than just the full content. Alright? The headline is important. Now when you watch videos, let me say when you watch videos, you see them come and cut out 3 seconds, come and put it. Alright? So that 3 seconds, after that they'll tell you, okay, how it started. Do you understand it? So it's important that you get a good intro. Content can be writing, it can be video, but make sure it's inspiring, it's educational, it's informative. Make sure you're solving a problem. And for you to solve a problem, you must know the person that has that problem and what you're solving for the person. Alright? For the person. So it's very, very important the person knows that. Identifying your audience, having a clear objective, right? Then making content that resonates with your target audience, content that are valuable. When you are done making that content, ask yourself, does this really solve a problem? Will someone read it and it will solve a particular problem for the person? Will this inform somebody? Will this educate somebody? Will this inspire somebody? Right? So that's the thing. And there's a couple of a whole lot of things that you look at in content creation. probably is a detailed class, right? Which we might not actually be able to take on this life. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. You're a professional in this, and I'm sure you've been taking time to look at what the content that people are creating. So, what has been your observation, and what would you like to pinpoint as something to help another person when it comes to that content creation?
Okay. One of the observation I've had in terms of content creation is a lot of people use poor quality photos, poor quality videos. All right. I would like to say that um, in terms of creating content, your visual appeal is very important. Your visual appeal is very important. So if you don't have probably, if you feel like you don't have a good recording device, probably you can turn your content to text. Use AI images that are very sharp and that can pass across the message. Another thing I've observed is somebody probably, let's say content writing, somebody is writing, not actually doing video. The person will write a thing, okay, and the picture the person is using to depict that thing is off.
Okay.
Is off. So use a picture that is in line with whatever you're writing. And some people, some of their headlines, some of their intros is not captivating enough. It's not captivating enough. Like when you do intros are more like phrases. They're not complete sentences. So phrases that will make you want to read or make you want to watch that. So pay attention to that intro part. It's very, very important. So you can come up with like let's say in a news word, somebody can come and say Adeleke commits fraud. So Adeleke is a popular name. Everyone wants to go and check the inside, alright? So but when you get into the inside, see that it's not necessarily the Adeleke you know, but the thing is that they have gotten your attention to watch that particular thing. Alright, another thing I observed is so many people in terms of creating content and pushing it out there, they don't really know how to optimize their content. Yes, I think
It's all right, no problem. But before we go,
okay.
you need to consider this quickly. So because we have to take this, we have to look at this one. So what is the impact of social media marketing in driving economic growth, especially when you look at factors like consumer spending, brand loyalty, and digital transformation? What do you have to say?
Okay, so okay, I'll say like
Impact.
this. Impact.
On growth of economy.
SMM has contributed largely to the growth of economy. Number one is market expansion. So what happened here is that social media marketing has given people the opportunity to reach an international audience. Right? And in search, there is increase in exportation. A lot of people are exporting things today because of social media marketing.
Okay.
So there is expansion in the market. No, from Nigeria, I'm reaching USA. From Nigeria, I'm reaching Canada. I'm selling to these guys using if social media marketing was not there, I might not be able to sell to these guys. Another thing is job creation. Social media marketing has helped a lot. It has driven the technology, the digital world. It has really, really given opportunities for people to become employed. Right? Now, there are a lot of things. We have many social media marketers today.
Okay.
Alright? He has given them employment. We have a lot of content creators today. If there was nothing like social media platforms or marketing, they wouldn't have done that.
Actually,
so it has given job creation. Job
yes,
creation is also a part of it.
It's okay. All right. I've actually listened to you keenly. I've not heard anything about challenge. Though I know no matter how riddled it could be with benefits, there are still some downsides. So what are the challenges that you can maybe advise somebody about when it comes to social media marketing?
Okay.
Just in one or two sentences before we go.
Okay, one or two sentences. Okay, so for challenges, one thing is no social media marketing strategy is excellent. So most times you put it out and it's not converting. Not like you didn't do everything. Sometimes it's not converting, but you just need to give that campaign some time. Give it some time. Then monitor it. Okay? Monitor it. Not converting can be challenging, but monitor it and make the necessary data-driven decision. Okay? Don't let's say give up on a particular marketing strategy because it doesn't work or it's not working. If you work for somebody else, it can work for you. But the challenges are necessary because it helps you learn. Okay, it helps you learn. Sometimes, like I said, it might not necessarily convert the way you want it as when you want it. All right, so you monitor it, you analyze, and you improve on it. You improve on it.
All right, so it's all about monitoring, working on it, and improving. Thank you so much, Mr. Praise Okoye, for your time in the studio with us. I'm sure it's been a rewarding moment. Thank you once again. All right, friend, this is where we want to rest this bit of the program at this point just to allow the set for another segment with Kamkoda and his crew to thrill you to a session of laughter. Don't go away.